Bub right here on Active TV. I am Null TV, and this week we are speaking what on earth do I do after school? Because many people are about to graduate from high school, are matriculants in South Africa, about to matriculate. If it's not called matriculation in your country, I don't know what it's called. Grade 12. So just figure out what I'm trying to say. You're leaving high school. I think we all call it high school every single place we go. You're leaving high school and now you're trying to figure out what you need to do after you leave high school. Now, I'm just going to give you a couple of tips on what you can do. Number one, find out what your passion is. Many people are just blindly going through life. I mean, I changed careers a lot. Growing up, I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be, I was going to say astronaut, and I was like, I never wanted to go to space. But I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be an accountant. I wanted to be so many things.
Damn!
But I was looking at what everyone else in my family wanted to be or wanted me to be, and because of that I was just constantly progressing with I want to be a doctor, but I hate blood. I cut myself the one time I saw my own blood. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. And I wanted to throw up, I wanted to puke. I was like, this is disgusting, I hate blood. And then I was like, how on earth are you gonna be a doctor? And then when I got into university, I'm so glad by the time I got into university, I gave up on trying to be a doctor, because I got into university and then I was friends with medical students and they were going to work on dead bodies at the hospitals as practice.
Damn!
I was gonna faint. That would be me on the floor. Like, that's the end. I'm not touching a dead body. I'm not cutting it open. I feel like that's weird. Like, if that's you, kudos. I wanted to be a forensic investigator. Dead bodies again, not my life. No. So there's so many things you want to be, but it's because of the pressures of the outside, and everybody's telling you you need to be this, otherwise you won't be successful, or you need to do that, or you don't need to nothing. What is your passion? What are you passionate about? What is your skill set? What are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go? Because if you don't have passion, many times what people end up doing is they'll go to university, they'll study a good 7 years of their lives, and then they'll go into being a lawyer and realize they didn't want to be a lawyer. Now you've wasted 9 years of your life and you're returning back to university again because now you decided you want to be a ballerina. Not like you can learn how to be a ballerina in university. But you've decided you don't want to do that. So you need to, what is your passion? Don't just not what everyone else is saying, because you're gonna end up living the rest of your life by yourself in that job. But what is your passion, or what do you want to get to? So it's not what this person or that person is, what you want to do. That's the first thing. You need to figure out what on earth your passion is. Number two, you need to make sure that from grade 10, I don't know what grade that is in other countries, I don't know if other countries do this, but I know in South Africa, grade 10, you choose your subjects. Make sure that when you're choosing your subjects, you're choosing it in alignment with what you want to become. So if I want to be a doctor, but I'm choosing maths lit, I'm not taking science, I'm taking history, certain things that you can't necessarily get from, let's say, history. You can't get into being a doctor. So you need to know from grade 10 what you want to do and where you're going with your subject choice. And then the next thing is, once you get to that point where now you're going off to university, first of all, start applying early. I would say as early as grade 11. So if there's any other people that are younger, start applying for university as early as grade 11. I know for Wits, I started applying in grade 11, got provisionally accepted, and then I applied again in matric. But you need to start applying as soon as possible, and you need to start making those moves. Apply for bursaries as well. You can apply for bursaries early. They will take you if your marks are good and if you're doing good. So make sure that you're applying for bursaries, because this is the thing. By the time you get to the end of the year, whatever the case is, you start seeing that many of the bursaries have closed. Now they're already considering applications and it's too late. Right now, I wouldn't say it's too late, because I, in matric, ended up at the end of matric, when I was like, okay, I'm serious about going to university, I ended up applying very late for bursaries. Actually, I applied in January, which is bad. Don't do that. Don't wait for January. Please don't think that I got one in January, so now you wait for January. I applied for the Mutsipe Foundation and I got accepted into that, but also your marks need to be good. because then they accept you fast. And I got accepted into that one, and I was able to use that bursary to carry myself through in varsity. But this is the thing, if you're going to wait, you're going to end up finding yourself in a place where there's no bursaries available, or the ones that could have taken you have taken other people, and the ones that are left are the ones that won't take you because maybe you're missing stuff, or whatever. Make sure that you're not doing the student loan route, because this is what happens when you do student loans. You get your student loan and everything is going well, you finish university, you've paid, yay! Now you're working and you want to get a car, you want to get a house, you want to get all of these things. It's nice now, right? But the problem is this, you now owe them. You owe them money, and this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna be paying off your car, you're gonna be paying off your house, and then you have to pay off student loans as well, which is not beneficiary to anybody, if I can just say the least. And then another thing is, if you don't want to go into university, maybe it's not your passion, or whatever job you want to get into is not a job where you need university for it, then I would say go off and do internships. There's paid internships, there's unpaid internships if you can afford to do an unpaid internship, but get into an internship and start learning. This is what happens in varsity. You finish off your degree, now you've got this degree, you're feeling powerful, and then the job goes, you need to have a degree and 3 years work experience. Where are you gonna find it? Because you have been studying this whole time. It's like, I was studying. Where on earth am I gonna get 3 years or 5 years work experience, whatever the case is? I would say the first thing to do when you leave school, if you can, is do an internship, whether it's paid or unpaid. Because why? You start to realize, I don't actually want to be an investment banker if you're working in an investment banking firm and you're doing an internship there. And then what you can do is you can switch up, or you realize, I'm actually passionate about this, I'm killing this. But also, while you're going through university, you can ask that very same firm, can I keep on working here while I'm doing my degree? That's so I gain that experience. And then you gain that experience and you work while you're studying. The mistake that many students make is that you just study and you don't work, and you end up sleeping half of the day, because there's really not that much to do in varsity. I know it's hectic, and studying is hectic, and the work pressure is hectic, but it's not that much. And when I was a student, I was sleeping a lot. Yes, I was. But you can work and study is what I'm trying to say, because towards the end I started working and studying, and it was actually possible to do. So I would say work and study. That's so when you get your degree, you've got your 3-4 years work experience, 5 years, 7 years, however long it took you to study. Not that I'd ever study a 7-year degree, but however long it took you to study, you've got that work experience, and now moving into the work world, you've got the upper hand on other students that were just sleeping and studying the whole time. I'd like to say a big good luck to every single person that's writing exams. Now I know you might be like, no, dear, I'm almost at the end, why did you do this so late? But it's never too late. It's never too late. You can start now applying for whatever you want to get into, or possibly planning ways that you can start your new business. You can always do something. You have a skill that someone is looking for. So no matter what you think, no matter if you think it's the end or not, I would like to say to you, it's not the end. And I want to say good luck to every single person writing, whether you're in grade 10, 11, grade 9, wherever you are. Start building towards your future, because what you do now is going to impact you in the next 3, 5, 10 years, and that is going to impact the rest of your life. So start planning now what you want to do, and start moving towards what you want to do. But for another week, this is Nazi Lee signing out. Peace out. God bless you. Love you, love you, love you. Bye.